If you are moving soon, then you need this video because I am going to make this so much easier for you. Hey friends, I'm Robin. I help overwhelmed women declutter all of the excess from their lives so that they can start living them. Now on this channel, I make videos that will save you either time, money, or energy, and this will definitely save you all three. All right, grab your tea and let's go. Now moving can be so incredibly overwhelming, but I am going to help you simplify that process. You might feel like you have so much stuff to move and that you just don't even know where to begin. You might look around at your clutter, you might feel stressed and pretty much regret moving in the first place, but we will change all of that. Now you will love moving to your home because you are going to have less clutter and this will make the move easier. The best thing to do is to start decluttering as soon as you realize that you are moving. But if you can't do that, if it's too far gone, just start. Now I'm going to break it down into some easy steps for you. If you struggle with decluttering, consider hiring a coach either online like myself, I'll link that below, or someone else who can come in and actually do it for you. But first, I think you should try these steps. Now, one of the hardest things to declutter is sentimental items. Now, I interviewed podcaster Julie Boyer of the Wake Up with Gratitude podcast, and I'll link that below. She asked me about autographed books.
So having books is something that makes me happy. And I'm an author as well. So, often I'll trade books with other people as well. I think that's probably the trickiest thing with books that I have found is when you have a personally signed book and you want to donate it. I always find that really awkward. So sometimes I'm hanging on to books that I don't need anymore because they are signed to me from the author. So I don't know if you have a suggestion about that, or if it's just totally okay to donate it anyways. Like, does it really matter that it's personally signed?
Now, if you are done with the book and you don't feel a strong connection to the person who gave it to you and it doesn't really bring you joy, then I would say declutter. If maybe your grandfather gave it to you or a close friend, maybe keep it. But for the most part, you don't want to be keeping a lot of things around that you just don't use. Like with anything sentimental, if you don't use it, you don't feel a strong affinity to it, then declutter it, especially if you feel like you should. If you have that inkling like, I really am not going to use this, I'm just going to keep it in a box, declutter it. You really are not keeping that person around by keeping it. You are just keeping clutter around. Now, my question of the week for you before I go on is, what is one sentimental item that you should let go of, but that you struggle with? Now, a lot of people struggle with letting belongings go because they feel like their belongings are actually a part of their home. And I totally get that. It makes so much sense. But remember, if you're not using what it is that you are thinking you might want to declutter, it's not really serving you, then you should declutter it. Ali Wensky of Art of Happy Moving says to ask yourself, do I want to pack, move, and unpack this item in my new, clean, and beautiful home? Ali recommends decluttering by category and not by room, which is like blowing my mind because I thought, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If you're starting in the room, sometimes it can really overwhelm you. But if you start by category, that's a completely different thing. And I love this idea for moving because it's kind of do or die. Like if you don't declutter it, that stuff's coming with you. So she recommends starting with books, magazines, furniture, sports equipment, shoes, clothes, kitchen appliances, dishware, decorative accessories, toiletries, toys, and paperwork. And I will link a PDF of this below. Julie's daughter had some toys to declutter, and this is what she did.
So that's a big one. My daughter is 10, almost going on 11. And we definitely have some stuff that she hadn't been playing with. Now, I will say that being an only child, she is pretty good at independent creative play. So I don't want to get rid of everything. And we homeschool too. So we definitely want to have things around. But I encouraged her to I basically bribed her, said I would give her $5 a box for every box she closed, but also an extra $5 for those that she donated. So she actually herself, I wasn't involved in this, really donated a ton of stuff. And then we did a garage sale. She and her friend did a garage sale by themselves and then sold, and half the money went to the local SPCA. We're going to go drop that off this week. They'll get the big check and a photo. And then as soon as we were done the garage sale, because I brought some of my own things that I had been as I was clearing the house, as I was packing, if I knew that I wanted to give it away or donate it, I'd put it in the garage in a specific area. So I brought all that stuff down to the street for them and all her toys and games and whatever. And then what we did is as soon as the garage sale ended, everything went in a box into the car and we drove to the thrift shop. So I didn't even let it come back into the house because I knew that if I like tried to sort it again, it would just be super messy. So we still have like some stuff to get rid of, but that was really good because it forced my daughter to kind of go through her stuff. It allowed her to be a little entrepreneurial with the garage sale. We're teaching her about the value of charity and donation. And also for us, just like getting it out of the way as quickly as possible instead of moving it.
Now, even if your kids are younger than Julie's, you can do this for them. Now, I always recommend decluttering kids' things way late in the process. It's just not fair to start with their stuff. They feel like you're giving away their stuff. So what you could do is you could go through their things when they're not around, declutter things that you know that they never use. But it's also good if you can involve them in the process. Also, when you do move, remember to take everything out of your home. It's just not nice to leave stuff behind. Now, a lot of people say to leave paint behind because then people can touch up things, which I get. If there's one color throughout the house, sure, leave a can. But if every single room is a different color, I would probably take it all because most people don't really like that and they're probably going to paint that house anyway. We still have paint at our house from the last guy who lived here, and we actually need to take that to the recycling place now. Now, once you're in your new home, you'll be so happy that you've seriously lightened your load by decluttering. And decluttering and setting up your kitchen for maximum efficiency is amazing because it makes being and cooking in the kitchen so much more fun for you and your family. Now, I made a video about that, but I also have a course on that I will link below. All right, I will see you in the next video.